Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. 8 Crizzy here, and welcome back to a new movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new MCU movie, which just came out on Friday. And of course, I went and saw this movie with my dad and Uncle Charles at Regal last night through Screen X. And the new MCU movie I'm going to be talking about for today's movie review is going to be on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the third installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy in the MCU, and is once again written and directed by James Gunn. And so in this movie we actually follow the Guardians, of course, like the main characters of the Guardians team, including like Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, like Star-Lord, Drax, and of course, the rest of the Guardians. That they all go on a mission in this movie to protect Rocket Raccoon from the High Evolutionary. And from here on out, we get some flashbacks of Rocket Raccoon's past throughout most of the film until the end, which I can't really explain the plot too much to you guys because I really don't want to spoil this movie for you. And plus, even before and after seeing this movie, I've actually learned that there's actually some elements in this movie that may be violent and disturbing to most animal lovers out there, including younger moviegoers. Yeah, because this movie actually takes itself seriously, and it's and I kind of do appreciate the fact how Marvel Studios wanted to do something different for the Guardians of the Galaxy film trilogy to make this film even more serious compared to its predecessors. And of course they did it a couple times with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and yeah, but yeah. So if you're not comfortable enough of watching stuff like this, then I completely understand that. But it's I really don't want to spoil a thing about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because like I said, that there are some it's kind of like how I since I actually heard from on social media that just on Facebook from IGN. I noticed that there are some elements in this movie where it takes itself seriously, and of course we know from the trailers Rocket has a tragic backstory. But I'm not gonna explain it too much because I really don't want to spoil a thing. So aside from about what I just said for this movie. This movie itself, I thought was actually my favorite MCU film of the year so far. Yeah, I actually preferred it over Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I thought it was pretty good, but I gotta say, I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 a lot more. And for now, Volume 3 is my new favorite MCU film of the year. We also got another MCU film that's coming out this November called The Marvels. But for now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is currently my favorite MCU film of 2023. And I gotta say, I do appreciate how James Gunn actually does a pretty solid job directing and writing this film. Because I actually remember hearing back in the summer of 2018, James Gunn actually got fired from Disney due to controversial posts and tweets on Twitter. But then of course a while later, James Gunn actually got rehired to do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But even before Volume 3 came out, James Gunn was actually working for the DC Extended Universe for the Suicide Squad. And the Suicide Squad I really enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad. And I gotta say, this movie itself I thought was very enjoyable. There are some awesome parts. There are some awesome things I really liked about the film. We can't forget about the soundtrack that the Guardians trilogy has. It's got a badass soundtrack full of songs. And yeah, the screenplay itself I thought was decent, and of course the action sequences I thought were pretty fun. Yeah, they were awesome. And of course the performances are always well done in the MCU for me. Chris Pratt's still an awesome Star-Lord. And Zoe Saldana as Gamora, because this Gamora is actually the 2014 Gamora that they brought back during the Avengers Endgame. And Dave Bautista as Drax, he's always fun to see. And Karen Gillan is Nubula. Like, Karen Gillan, I always love Karen Gillan. I think Karen Gillan's beautiful, and she does an awesome job playing Nubula in the MCU. And of course, we can't forget about Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel as Groot and Rocket. They were great in the film, as always. Yeah, and of course, everyone else did a great job in this film, and James Gunn does a solid job directing like this movie. And this is probably going to be like his final Marvel movie he'll be directing, since James Gunn has completely moved on to like working for Warner Brothers Discovery to create a new DC universe. Yeah, because everyone's pretty mad about, but I honestly don't really care that much. Because I understand why people are mad about James Gunn moving on to like to make a new DC universe, but yeah. As for the songs that were featured in this film, well, I'm not really that familiar with most of the songs that were featured in this film, but they're always fun to listen to and always and have fun with the action sequences. Oh yeah, and plus even it does have a little bit of humor in it, but I think this movie actually focuses more and more on the emotion. It focuses more on the drama and the dramatic emotions that were in this movie. And of course, you know what I mean. So, but if you've seen the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But to some of you guys out there who haven't seen Volume 3 yet, I mean, like I said, I'm not really gonna give away anything. So the performances were a lot of fun to watch, and even like the music score itself, I thought was very touching as well. Oh yeah, and just like what I've also heard from that this was basically one of the rare times that the MCU has actually used the F-bomb. Yeah, because there was actually a part where Star-Lord actually drops an F-bomb, which I've already heard about that, and maybe some of us probably heard about as well, but yeah, moving on from that, aside from that. So, oh yeah, and plus, even this movie actually picks up exactly where Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special left off, because I actually watched the Holiday Special on Disney Plus last year in 2022, and I actually liked the Holiday Special, and yeah, so overall, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a good conclusion, a good way to end the Guardians of the Galaxy film trilogy. I actually saw all three of them in movie theaters. I actually saw them all three in theaters. And yeah, and of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy even appeared in the last two Avengers movies, like Infinity War and Endgame, since they're tied in with the MCU. And yeah, and I thought this was a good conclusion, a good way to end the trilogy. And yes, there's actually two post-credit scenes during and after the credits, so make sure you stick around for those two. So anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a fun movie, and I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, and if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, then I highly recommend checking it out. I recommend it. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I know it's like I haven't been reviewing movies lately because I've been focusing on watching and streaming movies like that I haven't really seen before, and maybe occasionally rewatching them. Because as you saw in my community tab, I've been watching like a lot of movies that I mainly focus more on. But yeah, so but I only get to review those types of like old movies that were released in the past. Like I only get to review them like whenever I feel like it nowadays. But for now, I just review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I recommend it. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this review up. With that being said, thanks for watching, and if you're not... Oh, wait, I already said that. Never mind. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.